This episode is brought to you by freedadcourse.com. You are always one conversation away from changing your life, and the power of hello is something that I subscribe to every single day, and I'm always saying hello to new people everywhere I go. Increasing your opportunity, increasing your connection, and getting access to the solutions to the problems that you are facing, whether you're on active duty or just beginning your veteran transition or even transitioning out for 20 years. On the other side of hello are the solutions that you're looking for. Again, head on over to freedadcourse.com. Get your 5-episode audio course to create more connection, create more friendships, and get back to living the life that you're trying to design.
Dory 1, this is Fireteam Delta. Dad's coming home. Welcome to the Military Veteran Dad Podcast, where it is our mission to bring every dad home. I am your host, Ben Killoy. I'm a United States Marine veteran, husband, and a father. We will bring authentic conversations to inspire action in your life so we can close the gap between the dad you are today and the dad you want to be tomorrow. This is the Military Veteran Dad Podcast.
Welcome back to another Friday solo. This one, it's a little bit of somber solo. This past Monday, I had my position at work eliminated, and I can say it's been a rough week emotionally. It's been one of letting go, saying goodbye to a job that I had for 8 years, but also saying hello to ideas that I really didn't think I could do for another 5 to 10 years. And those ideas are something that is driving me forward, but at the same time, I'm using and being cognizant of the emotion of what I'm going through. And this first week has really been about just letting go and processing what I'm feeling and rising. And Monday was sadness. Tuesday was anger. Wednesday was just kind of this heavy feeling. Yesterday was kind of cycling back to anger. Today kind of feels very freeing. And I can say that with all of this, the one thing that I'm looking forward to is my next pivot. And coincidentally, I was actually on the Vet Pivot podcast on Monday, and my episode aired. And on that same day, I found out that my position was eliminated. That next pivot for me and framing that is something that I'm actually using something that I've always been doing for a while in telling my story. So on LinkedIn and Facebook, I've actually been telling my story each day of what's going on, where my mind is at, where my thoughts are, because just like everything that goes on with this, a good friend of mine, Chris Coker, he reminded me of this, that every day, thousands of people begin this journey that you're going on, and they always reach where they need to be. And you just need to know that there's a process, that there is a way through this, but ultimately, you just need to keep going. And like, that's the part that as long as you keep going, you can't fail. And this process does conclude. And that really helped me understand that it'll be okay, which it's just an overall big emotion to process, no matter how good you are or how resilient you are. It's life. And as a human being, these are things that affect us, no matter whether we want to acknowledge it or not, or whether we just want to ignore that it happened. All of these things are now happening to me in some sense, but I am positive, I have faith that all of these things in the future will be happening for me, as I've talked so many times on the podcast. And this, a year from now, will be the single best week of my life. January 27th will represent a pivot in my life where my life took a completely different direction and began a chapter that I could only really see when I closed my eyes. That this will be a gift. And if I continue to keep that mindset and show gratitude towards this transition and pivot as a gift, I'll get through it. So really, this is going to be a short episode. I just want to tell anybody out there going through this similar thing or whatever you have on your heart today, know you're not alone, that there's always someone out there feeling what you're feeling. You just need to have that network, have that community like I talk about, to go out there. Because I can tell you, I've talked to so many people this week, and that's been so therapeutic because I get the thought outside my head. And if it's outside my head, then it no longer controls me. And if it no longer controls me, I can move forward. And that's been a cycle that I continue to repeat, and I will keep repeating, because this process is an ongoing process. And until I reach some type of milestones, this is still an ongoing process of emotionally moving through something where it can be really scary. So with that, I'll sign off. Have a great weekend. I know I'm going to use this opportunity this weekend to just really spend some good quality time with my family and reflect all the good that I still have in my life and all the good that's coming into my life in the future. And I will talk to you again on Monday.